And then I look at what the Barbados Labour Party has brought in the past as representation and what they intend to put on the people of St. George as representation, and I say no. No.
I'm going for it.
We need quality representation. And I am here to tell you that we will get quality representation. I talked about the roads, and this is one of the better roads in St. George South. So are you visiting St. George South, you take a picture. This is one of the better roads in St. George South. Because they have not treated us fairly where roads are concerned. This community here is a thriving, densely populated community. And where is the nearest playing field? None in this area. There is no playing field around here. There's a hillside down there, a bumpy hillside up there that you cannot do anything on. This area has no facilities for recreation because they have been neglected. And one of the things I intend to do, and I've been warned not to make promises lightly, so I haven't gone around the place making many promises. But for many years I've looked at this community and I've said this community, long before politics, I said this community needs facilities so that the society, the community and the social development can happen in this area. We need social development, we need recreation. There are kids around here who want to play cricket. Where? Nowhere. The guys want to play football. Where? Nowhere. So you know what they end up doing? Getting a little drum and putting it under the street light so that they can play a dominoes or whatever it is they play. I'm not against a game of dominoes. But then you're going to complain that this is what the young people are doing when you don't provide anything else for them to do. Now if you cannot be part of the solution, then you are a part of the problem. And this government has not provided any real solutions for the young people in this country. Going to give the boys on the block weed whackers. Look at the boys on the block. They've had the weed whackers since when? February?
I know.
Look at them. Have you seen any difference? Have you seen any improvement? No. Put a program in place. Put a program in place. Exactly. They're going to sell them to get more money to do what they can do with instantly. That is not a structured program. That is not giving anybody any guidance. Look, this party has believed, this Barbados Labour Party has believed that the solution to everything is to pass a little money here and pass a little money there, and that everything is going to be okay. But no. I ain't saying we don't want money, but we want a better way of life. And more than a better way of life today, I am a mother. I want a better way of life for my children. When I went to school, they told me, you do well in school and you'll be guaranteed to climb the ladder to get where you want to go. And Richard told you how hard I worked at school. When I left Melverton Primary, I was one of the top students in the country. When I left Queen's College, I left with a Barbados exhibition. I worked hard. And I have seen others like me work hard. And you try now to put something aside. And every time you save $100, the light bill goes up. And you have to go and pull it. You think you have a house and you think you put money to your house and you have a house you can retire with. You get sick. You can't pay the bills. You have to go and take out some equity on your home. So what happens? You have 1 step up and 2 steps down. You cannot get anywhere in this country. This country is not about allowing us to develop. As soon as you think you're getting somewhere, somebody says, not you, back down, here you go. And that is going to stop under a Democratic Labour Party government, which has always been about empowering people. That is going to come to an end. No longer will we have advantage being given to those already privileged. No longer. It is time that we got advantage too. It is time that we got a leg up and somebody says, come, let us help you up because you need to improve yourself, and not just for you, but for your children. As I said, I'm a mother and I see how hard it is for me to advance myself and to get where I thought I would have been at this point in life. and to plan for my retirement. You know, insurance agents, all respect due to any insurance agents in the house, but the insurance agents will tell you about planning for your retirement and planning for your future. And you think that you're having money put aside for your future, and you don't. The cost of living has gone up so high that any money that you have for your retirement, when you retire, it will last you a month or two. Because it is not going to be enough the way the cost of living is escalating. And I don't worry about myself so much. I'm resourceful. And if God gives me strength, I will work for as long as I can. And I will work till I die to put food on my table for myself and my family. But I worry for my children. Because if it is this hard for me to get to where I saw myself being, think how hard it will be for my children. Think how hard it will be for your children. So this election is not just about you and me putting bread on our table today. This election coming up is about something more important than that. It is about our children. It is about us being able to provide a future for our children. About being able to provide a way of life for our children and our grandchildren. It is about being able to know that when we go on, that they will be able to get through, that they will be able to succeed. Many of us want to leave a piece of land for our children, don't you? We want to be able to leave a piece of land for your children. We can't even get a piece of land for ourselves, much less to leave a piece for your children. And if you have 2 children, you would like to get a bigger piece, so you can leave a piece for each of them. But you cannot even afford a house spot for yourself today, much less to get a piece of land for your children. That is going to stop under the Democratic Labour Party. That is going to stop. One of my concerns is the schools in St. George. Schools in the rural districts, the schools. Our schools do not get treated fairly. If you look at schools in town, and I'm not complaining that the people in town have benefits in their schools. I sent my children to school in town because when I sent my children to school, I was working at the hospital. And I was living at the hospital at Enmore, where they now propose to put a $700 million hospital, but we will get to that nonsense in a while. I was living on that very same spot, that spot that housed about 10 families. And that's where they tell me they're going to put a $700 million hospital. It's nonsense. The ambulance service couldn't even go there. When they brought World Cup, they had to move the ambulance service operations from there to across by the nursing home because the area is too confined to do anything. You cannot put a hospital in there. When the rain falls on an evening, you cannot get traffic past in front Martindale's Road by the hospital. Anybody trying to get out of town on a Friday evening will know the difficulty getting out of town. In front of the hospital, the traffic barely moves. And you think that we're going to put a hospital there? No. Common sense will tell you that if you're going to put a hospital, put one that the people can reach. We had an earthquake the other day, and you could not get in or out of Bridgetown. Put a hospital somewhere that if you have an emergency, the people can reach it. That's what common sense will tell you. That is dictated by the needs of the people. But again, nothing that this government has done has been dictated by the needs of people, unless you are people with a lot of money. But the needs of us, because you see, when they build that new facility that is going to be for ordinary Barbadians, it don't matter to them where they put it. That hospital that they are proposing, they need to reel and come again. Because a study was done that showed that the Queen Elizabeth Hospital would take $192 million to repair whatever is ailing it, to get all the machinery and the services and all that up to scratch, to deal with some of the administrative problems and some of the staff issues. $192 million. But still, the most that this government could put in the last budget to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital is $110 million. When they've had studies saying $192 million to fix it, now they want to talk about $700 million to build a new one. You see what I mean? That they do not care about the health of Barbadians?